Lunchnerds!
Hey, I'm Sierra, red.
I'm Mariah, green.
And I'm Rebecca, purple.
And we're the Lunchnerds! We're back from winter break, so now it's a new semester.
Yeah,
We're all together again.
All right. Finally getting back in the swing of things. Yeah. We're gonna be uploading at least once a week now, so that's awesome.
Yep.
All right, so we're talking today about fan fiction. This was a topic that I chose because fan fiction is amazing, and Mariah's gonna start us off today.
All right, so I read, my fandoms that I read are Sherlock and John. That's it. That's all I read. I used to read Naruto and Sasuke, but obviously I don't do that anymore. And then I use Archer of my own. I love that one. I think it's more organized than fanfiction.net or whatever. And then, well, I didn't know about fanfiction until I was about 15 years old, which was forever ago. And I found out because my friend, a friend of mine and I were role-playing, and she's like, why don't you just, go on the internet and get some ideas? So I did, and that's the glorious world of fanfiction for me.
Very cool.
So,
yeah, so that's the only fandom you do is Sherlock?
Now.
Yeah.
And no, that's pretty much it.
What you used to do?
Naruto and Sasuke.
Oh, okay. That's what you said.
Yep, that was my thing.
I
don't have a lot.
Okay.
I'm very right there.
Don't worry.
Alright. Well, unlike you, I use fanfiction.net more than Archive of Your... I use both, but there's certain things in the filters and the way that the filters work that you can do better on fanfiction, and there's other ones that you do better on Archive of Your Own. It's just basically your preference, and plus, a lot of stories are in both. It's a lot of authors that I've come across anyways put their stories on both websites to get them out there. So, but my fandoms are, I started with the Warrior series, the cats.
Oh my god!
That's
so old!
I know, right? And then after that, I did NCIS for a while because that's like one of my favorite TV shows. And then Danny Phantom, because who doesn't love Danny Phantom?
Woo!
I know. And then last year in March, I discovered Supernatural, and it was fantastic. So now the two that I do the most are Danny Phantom and Supernatural, because they're absolutely amazing. The way I discovered fan fiction was actually really kind of stupid of me.
Let's hear the story.
Okay, so I discovered fan fiction through Warriors. That was the first one that I did. I was waiting for the new book to come out, and I was super excited, so I was like going online.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
right?
read that book too.
Yeah, like the series.
Oh, yeah.
And I was waiting for the next book to come out, and I was like going online and trying to, because sometimes stuff will be like leaked out like ahead of time for certain books and things, and like it'll be like blurbs or like what's going to be on the back of the book. And so I was searching the internet, and I found this one thing, and it was titled the same title as the next book, and I was reading it, and I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Oh my god, this is totally going to be what the next book happens. And I was so convinced that was what it actually was, and it ended up that it had taken me to someone's fan fiction on fanfiction.net.
That's cool.
And I was like, what? This is a thing? You mean it's not just something that I think up in my head? It's like some people actually write these things down?
Yeah.
It was like phenomenal, and I'm addicted to it now, so.
Okay. Alright,
See how
so
you're doing.
I used to read a lot of fan fiction before I started working at all. I've always been a Disney fanatic, so I would read stories about the Disney characters kind of intermixing with each other's stories. Those are pretty cool. I go on the two websites they do, because those are the most popular ones, Archives of Our Own and fanfiction.net. And then I started working on finding some more stories about like Danny Phantom, because she introduced me to the show.
Yes,
so that was pretty cool. And I found out what fanfiction was because I actually wrote apparently my own fanfiction, but it was more like a whole entire book. And it's on Wattpad.com, called The Story of Princess Daphne, and I wrote that like 2 summers ago. and it took me about a year and a half to fully write it and end it. And so my dad was explaining to me, there's actually something like that you can, people do that sometimes for a living, sometimes just because, and I was just writing and I did not know people.
Alright, so don't forget to comment in the section below. Let us know what your favorite fandoms are, what you ship, and all that good stuff. And our final thoughts today is, what do you ship, and go.
Okay, obviously I ship Sherlock and John Locke. I ship Heidi and from Pokemon. They're so sexy. And then I used to ship Naruto and Sasuke, but not so much anymore. And then I ship the 10th Doctor, Rose, 11th Doctor, River, and then the 10th and 11th together. It's pretty hot. It's like having sex with yourself, because they're the same person.
Jeez! Mind blown there.
And then I discovered that, because recently I remembered that I ship Steel Phantom Hive and Sebastian from Black Pillar. Pretty hot too. Kid porn. It's pretty great. Alright, that's it.
What about you, Zia?
Okay. There's an old show called Jimmy Neutron. I don't know if you guys remember that from back in the dark ages. Back in the day. Jimmy and Cindy are the cutest couple, so I used to read a lot of fan fiction of them a long time ago. So definitely it was very cute. Danny and Sam from Danny Phantom. Yep. And then of course John Locke. John and Sherlock.
So sexy. It's like over PG-13. Everything. Go ahead.
Well, I ship Danny and Sam from Danny Phantom. Like, how can you not? Like, there's so many people who are like, nah, they totally shouldn't be together. I'm like, no, they belong together. My opinion. Just saying.
No, that's fact. That's not an opinion.
Whatever. And then
it's the movie.
And then I ship Tucker and Valerie. Like, Tucker liked Valerie first, okay? I know that she and Danny dated, but Tucker liked her first, okay? Gosh. And from NCIS, I ship Tiva, Tony, and Ziva. They're amazing. And from Supernatural, I don't really ship anyone, and like Sam and Jessica Moore, because they're like, it's, yeah. And then, like, everyone ships like Dean and Castiel, like Destiel or whatever. Like,
Demon and Angel, it's so perfect, but so wrong.
No, but Dean is not a Dean. Cass is an angel.
He's so gay.
No. So apparently that's like a really big thing, but I don't ship that. I don't. But so there we go. So I guess that's the end of this episode.
Alright, guys.
Don't forget to like,
comment,
subscribe,
and stay nerdy. Bye.
Way more responsible about mommy's toys.
He's obviously in Lila's pet shop.
I make him like a dinosaur.
Oh, the thingies that go.
Beanie Babies?
Beanie Babies, yeah.
Like, I'm a diehard Star Wars fan or anything.
Probably my favorite character is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
As he comes in the scene and you know it's gonna be a funny scene, it's gonna be.
Star Wars is probably one of the best trilogies /